Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Musalia Mudavadi is a very angry man. And Musalia Mudavadi is very bitter. Mudavadi is very bitter with one man called Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi Gachagua was on Citizen TV today, and he stated certain things which he ought not to have said. Because the things Rigathi Gachagua stated on TV is actually going to hurt Musalia Mudavadi. And Musalia Mudavadi has responded from the United States of America. I want you to listen to the statement which Rigathi Gachagua stated on Citizen TV. Listen in very briefly before we continue.
Your closing remarks, and also tell me about Kenya Kwanza, the sort of lineup you are looking at.
No, we have our NDC on the 15th of March.
That is UDA.
UDA. To unveil our presidential candidate, Dr. William Samoei Ruto. Other things will follow, you know. And I want to say this. I want to tell my friend here, the Honorable Mbui, that talk, unless Raila is a flag bearer, if Kalonzo is agreeable that Raila is a flag bearer, they have a deal. If he doesn't agree, there's no deal. That is cast in stone, and you'll ask me one day.
And for Kenya Kwanza, you say UDA is going to unveil its presidential candidate. Yeah. Already ANC unveiled Musalia Mudavadi, so how will they square it out?
We are saying we are going to unveil William Ruto, other things will follow. But as far as I'm concerned, there is general consensus that William Ruto is a candidate.
And Runningmate, where will they come from?
That will come, the Runningmate will come from the mountain at the appropriate time. That was discussed. And you know why Kalonzo is having a problem.
No. What goes to ANC?
I'm just saying.
What goes to ANC?
I'm just saying. Let me say, why they're having problems is deceit. Why we have a problem with Uhuru Kenyatta is political deceit and conmanship. Yes, conmanship, I repeat. And when we tell the president the truth, we don't insult him. We just say the truth. When you say you support somebody for 10 years and you don't support him, that is conmanship.
Let's tie this. You said that there is general agreement that William Ruto will be the presidential candidate for Kenya Kwanza.
Yes.
The running mate will come from the mountain.
Yes.
What does Musalia Mudavadi get?
That is subject to discussion. But when they came for discussion,
Minister for Sports is
when they came for discussion,
yes.
When we have had many discussions,
and that is what is going to West.
When we have had many discussions,
yes.
We are very forthright with Musalia and Wetangula. Because we are honest people. We are people of integrity. They could not be running away from Raila because of
and you told him?
lack of integrity. To come to us, we cheat them. They were told already. We have had our own discussion, and we have agreed that the running mate is for the mountain. So as you come, it's good that you know. And they came with that knowledge. You know, it's important to be forthright.
So
we don't want to con people, Sam. This is a political deceit and conmanship. It's the cause of all problems in this country.
So you hear
it needs to come to an end.
You hear confirmed that Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula are agreed that they have no place.
No, they will not. They will not. They will not be the running mate. That I can confirm.
Okay, all right.
Okay? I can confirm that one.
Let's take.
No, that is Rigathi Gachagua. And I want to ask you a question. Who do you think will be William Ruto's running mate in 2022 between Musalia Mudavadi and Rigathi Gachagua? I want to hear your honest opinion. Rigathi Gachagua and Musalia Mudavadi, who is likely to be William Ruto's running mate? Just state down there. If it's Mudavadi, just write Mudavadi. If it's Rigathi Gachagua, just write Rigathi Gachagua. For me, William Ruto's running mate for 2022 is going to be Rigathi Gachagua. And for those who've been following the politics of this country, when William Ruto and Musalia Mudavadi took the earthquake to the larger Western Kenya after the Bomas event, one thing was very clear. The deputy president was on top of the same vehicle with Rigathi Gachagua. And what the deputy president was trying to communicate to Musalia Mudavadi at that time is that the issue of the running mate is settled. Let me read for you the statement which has been issued by Musalia Mudavadi or the ANC party following Rigathi Gachagua's statement. The statement reads, the Kenya Kwanza coalition was primarily mooted on the strength of a shared ideologies pegged on economic revival, social justice, political tranquility, and entrenched nationalism. Our primary objective as Kenya Kwanza Coalition, bringing together UDA, ANC Party, and Ford Kenya, is to put our country together and erase ethnic animosity through mature politics devoid of toxic, divisive narratives. It continues, it is therefore our considered opinion that the Honorable Rigathi Gachagua should transition, listen very closely, should transition from regional UDA mindset. You know, talking of regional UDA mindset, to enhance the broader picture of Kenya Kwanza philosophy. Now, this statement is actually going to cause a lot of trouble within the UDA and Kenya Kwanza. Because when you talk of regional ideology, mindset, regional UDA mindset, yeah, what are you trying to say? And it's continuing, Kenya Kwanza Coalition has not decided on its presidential and running mate candidates. This will happen and be unveiled at an appropriate time by our principals, MUSALIA Mudavadi, William Ruto, and Wetangula. In this regard, Honorable Rigathi Gachagua has no authority to speak for Kenya Kwanza on the matter. Hence, his statements are premature, untimely, and unwarranted. Ends. Signed by Simon Gikuru, ANC Secretary General. Now, let me just try to interpret for you what this statement is trying to say. This statement is trying to say that the issue of the running mate and the presidential candidate is not yet settled in the UD, in the Kenya Kwanza Alliance. The truth of the matter is that the issue of the presidential candidate is settled. William Ruto is going to be the presidential candidate, whether MUSALIA Mudavadi and Wetangula likes it or not. The issue of the running mate is settled. William Ruto is going to get his running mate from the larger Mount Kenya region. The reason he's going to do this is because William Ruto understands, and MUSALIA Mudavadi also understands, that without the larger Mount Kenya region, there is no way William Ruto can become the president. And the only way William Ruto can get the votes from the larger Mount Kenya region as at now is if they get the running mate. Without that, the deputy president is not going to take any other risk. Unless he can decide that, for me, I'm now not going to run for the presidency, and instead I'm going to support MUSALIA Mudavadi. And that can only happen if all the conditions are set in a way that he cannot win. But as things stand today, William Ruto believes that he can win the presidency, and therefore MUSALIA Mudavadi, Wetangula joined him on that condition. And Rigathi Gachagua is making it very clear that they made that very clear to MUSALIA Mudavadi. And this is not the first time MUSALIA Mudavadi is finding himself in an awkward situation. Let me take you back, sometimes back. Sometimes back, the first people to take on Mudavadi over the issue of zoning were actually Didmas Baraza and UDA leaders from the larger Western Kenya. It didn't end there. The UDA chairperson, Johnson Muthama, was very categorical that the friendship they had with, or they have with UDA, had nothing penned down. Listening to Muthama, because we are talking of two gentlemen here, Johnson Muthama, who is the UDA chairperson, and we are talking of Rigathi, who is the running mate to the deputy president, speaking the same language, and MUSALIA Mudavadi wants you to believe otherwise. Listen into Johnson Muthama at that time, before we look at why MUSALIA Mudavadi and Rigathi Gachagua are fighting over this particular matter.
The true position is that UDA's stand is to unite this country, is to make sure that there is peace, and to make sure that there are Kenyans who stand together, articulate and pursue the issues of Kenyans. The reporter who wrote in that paper, he stated that there is power sharing arrangement in which certain positions were to be given to certain individuals. And number two, it was reported that there will be zoning of the country when it comes to who stands where with which political party. I wish to deny that in totality and say that that is not the stand of UDA. When we were invited by Musalia Mudavadi in his National Delegates Conference at Bomas of Kenya, we attended the meeting, and some of us, including our party leader, who is the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, who had a chance to speak, they spoke about us working together, standing together, and articulating the unity of Kenyans. So let me state this and speak in volumes, that UDA is a national political party, ANC is a political party, Ford Kenya is a political party, and as we are speaking now, and you are being assured this by the national chairman of UDA, there is no agreement whatsoever that has been signed between the three political parties. There is no coalition agreement that has been arrived between the three political parties. What is there is we are friends.
Now, that's UDA chairperson. We are talking of the Secretary General of ANC party writing a statement, and here you've just watched Johnson Muthama stating that they didn't have anything penned, because if UDA and ANC penned something, the first person to know would have been Johnson Muthama. But let us not get into all those details. Let us focus on this particular matter. There are 5 issues here. The first issue is that Musalia Mudavadi needs one thing. He must tame Azimio onslaught in the larger Western Kenya. The only way he can tame Azimio onslaught in the larger Western Kenya is if he still portrays himself as a potential presidential candidate, or as a potential running mate, or as someone who agreed to work with Ruto, not because they want leadership, but because they want to change Kenya. So the truth of the matter is that as we speak today, Musalia Mudavadi is finding himself in a very awkward situation. In the larger Western Kenya, there are reports that after joining Ruto, he's actually losing ground. So the statements by people like Rigathi Gachagua will aid or will escalate Musalia Mudavadi's fortunes going down in the larger Western Kenya. And this is what Musalia Mudavadi is actually fighting. Musalia Mudavadi has tried so hard to appear as the second in command in the larger Kenya Kwanza Alliance, and Wetangula as the third in command. In fact, the only person who has been trying so hard to elevate Rigathi is actually the Deputy President, Dr. William Ruto. The moment Kenya Kwanza Alliance was formed, it was always William Ruto, Mudavadi, Wetangula. Then I think there were some mamas from the larger from the larger Mount Kenya region. So they started bringing in Alice Wahome and Rigathi Gachagua. So Alice Wahome has been satellite now, so it's now Rigathi Gachagua. And then of late they are attempting to bring or to elevate the status of Professor Kithure Kindiki. So Musalia Mudavadi must deal with Azimio, the onslaught from Democratic Action Party of Kenya, which is giving him sleepless night down there. So that's the first thing. Musalia Mudavadi needs to deal with the onslaught of Azimio. And that can only happen if, for example, he will convince people that he's a running mate, or if he's not a running mate, then there is something he's going to get. The second issue here is being shortchanged. Now, Johnson Muthama stated that Mudavadi, ANC party and UDA did not enter into any contract. Rigathi Gachagua is saying that when Musalia Mudavadi came, they already had their plans. So Musalia Mudavadi actually was told that make sure you come, but without any condition and demands, because already we have the presidential candidate and we have a running mate who is going to come from the larger Mount Kenya region. So Musalia Mudavadi is now coming out as someone who has been shortchanged, and that's why he's fighting so hard to fight that perception that he has actually been shortchanged. Number 3 is the role of Musalia Mudavadi and Wetangula in the whole matter of Kenya Kwanza. Because if you are saying that the issue of running mate is already sorted, and we are not going to discuss that, you are saying the presidential candidate is already sorted, then what role is Musalia Mudavadi going to play? That can only happen or be known when they write or when their agreement is made public. So far, the chairperson of UDA is saying that they don't have such kind of arrangement. So Musalia Mudavadi, and from Rigathi Gachagua's statement, is appearing as if he's a second-class citizen. So that's the second issue. That's basically the third issue. The fourth issue is basically the Mount Kenya politics. For Rigathi Gachagua, he must ensure that the running mate comes from the larger Mount Kenya region. Without William Ruto's running mate coming from the larger Mount Kenya region, I don't think William Ruto will have any chance of winning the support there, because the president has now decided is going to go for his deputy. So which means the people of the larger Mount Kenya region must have a running mate for the DP. The DP supported them for 10 years, and during that period, they gave the DP the running mate. Remember, there's also the onslaught from Moses Kuria, and the onslaught from Mwangi Kiunjuri, who are saying that how comes the deputy president is willing to embrace people from other regions, but for us, he wants to control the party and is not willing to enter into coalition arrangement with anybody from this region. So Rigathi Gachagua is also just trying to protect the interest. I think Rigathi Gachagua's statement was informed by 2 things. The first thing is UDA politics. UDA must stamp its authority within the One Kenya Alliance movement. The other issue is the Mount Kenya politics. He was addressing his support base. And lastly, I think Rigathi Gachagua and Musalia Mudavadi's spat, this particular exchange, is actually telling Kenyans that there is serious division within Kenya Kwanza Alliance between the ANC party and the allies of William Samoei Ruto, who have been with him for a long time. And that takes us to the question of Omingo Magara. Omingo Magara, who is the treasurer of UDA party, has actually resigned from that party. Dr. Hezron Manduku, who was playing a key role for the deputy president in Kisii, has also resigned from that party. Anthony Kibagendi also resigned from that party in Kisii, which begs the question, what next for the deputy president? Is UDA party collapsing in Kisii, for example? Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.